Rainfall intensity, meaning the depth of rain that is received in some amount of time or how heavily it rains, has major impacts on erosion and water and nutrient flows in agricultural areas. In the last couple years, we've been hearing from farmers in the Southeastern US who have said something along the lines of, "It seems like we get more big rains than we used to." We knew there had been studies that have shown increased rain intensity in parts of the US and in other parts of the world, but we thought we should have a look at the data in the Southeastern US using rain intensity thresholds that we defined together with stakeholders.
We get a lot of stories now of, wow, I got 6 inches, I got 10 inches, got 8 inches, and it wasn't even a tropical storm or hurricane event.
At a meeting of the Row Crop Climate Learning Network, this is a community of producers, researchers, and extension that regularly meets to learn together about how to better manage climate risks. And so at one of these meetings, we asked participants to set thresholds of rainfall in terms of daily rain, inches per day, that they would assign to each of 5 rainfall categories. And we used their thresholds with some small adjustments based on similar studies in the literature to come up with 4 categories of high-intensity daily rainfall amounts. Moderate, between ½ an inch and 1 inch per day. Heavy rainfall, between 1 and 3 inches per day. Very heavy rainfall, greater than 3 inches per day. And extreme rainfall, greater than 6 inches per day. The way this fixed threshold approach works is that the number of rain events above a certain threshold, for example more than 6 inches per day, is counted each year at each monitoring location or weather station. In our study, we chose to compare 2 30-year periods, so we looked at the number of rain events in each of our 4 categories in the last 30 years, 1984 to 2013, to the numbers of rain events in the 30 years before that, 1954 to 1983. This figure summarizes our findings for the southeastern states of Florida, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, and North Carolina. You can see that there have been more than 40% more extreme rain events, that's greater than 6 inches per day, in the last 30 years compared to the 30 years before that. And there were actually fewer moderate and heavy rain events, the 2 lowest of our 4 categories, which by most accounts are the good kinds of rain. And if you look at other research about observed changes in rain intensity, you see that these types of changes have been observed in a lot of regions. For example, in the National Climate Assessment, you'll see similar results for the Southeast. This figure from the National Climate Assessment shows the change in the heaviest 1% of all daily events from 1958 to 2012. The biggest increases in rain intensity are in the Northeast, but in the Southeast you can also see a substantial increase, 27% more of these top 1% rain events. So the point is, we seem to get more big rains than we used to. Now this might be a change that reverses or stabilizes in the coming decades, but if temperatures continue to creep up, the models of our climate system suggest we could expect even more increases in rain intensity.
We've observed increases in intensity in precipitation across the U.S. and we project that that's going to continue to occur again across the U.S.
And this matters a lot because some of those big rains can be very expensive, washing soil and nutrients out of farmers' fields. And in an era where production costs in agriculture are greater than ever, and our environment is presenting new challenges, our soil is a critical resource. With a healthier soil, a farm can be better positioned to be resilient to the ups and downs in our climate. For a long time, extension professionals have been making the case for conservation tillage, keeping crop residues covering the soil, planting cover crops to increase residue cover, and doing little or no tillage. These can be important management changes in some systems, and if rainfall intensities continue to increase, taking measures to keep our soil in the fields might become even more important.